I haven't always thought about being a missionary. I've always admired missionaries and thought that they were so cool, but being a little girl, I couldn't really say that I always wanted to be a missionary. I would say that the biggest deciding factor for me was actually when I decided to come back to church. I was actually inactive for a couple of years, and I decided that I wanted to come back to the church. I was really missing something in my life, and I decided that I needed to come back to the church, and I had a cool experience with the Lord and knew that that was what I needed to do. And so as I started coming back to church and started learning about the gospel and learning more and more about the church, I knew that I had to share it with other people. And that was mostly because I could just tell the difference in my life with and without the gospel was so huge that I knew that there would be other people that would benefit just like I did from trying my hardest to live the gospel. And I knew that the people in the earth, in the world, everywhere, needed to hear this message of joy and of hope. And I would say that was my biggest deciding factor, was just my own conversion, my own desire to have other people feel what I felt and the relief that I received through the gospel. So once I decided that I was going to serve a mission, it was time to start preparing and start filling out my papers. And the process was actually harder than I thought. I had to get my wisdom teeth out. I had a lot of things that I needed to figure out and to be ready to go. And everyone would always ask me, so where do you want to go? You'll get that a lot if you haven't gotten your calls yet. Where do you want to go? Where do you not want to go? And I was so careful not to ever say where I didn't want to go because I knew I'd get called there. But all that I would say that I wanted to do was to speak in Spanish. And I just had a feeling that I would speak in Spanish and that I would be able to do that. And so whenever anyone asked me, I'd just be like, I just want to speak Spanish. So it was really cool when I did receive my mission call. It was actually really cool because before my mission, I actually posted a picture of the temple on Facebook. And I just posted a picture with a brief testimony about the temple and how much I loved the temple. And there was this guy that I had never met before, and he just commented on the picture and he goes, "Oh wow, is this your church?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this is one of the temples for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints." And I just gave him a little bit of the missionary spiel, for more information, go to lds.org, and just told him a little bit about the church and told him to message me for more questions. And he ended up messaging me and we talked a little bit, and I actually ended up sending a referral to the missionaries for them to meet him. And it was really cool. He didn't speak very good English, and I didn't speak Spanish yet. And we lived in completely different parts of the world, and so it was really random that we were friends on Facebook in the first place, but it's cool. But so yeah, we talked a little bit on Facebook, and I got the missionaries to finally meet with him, and I remember when the missionary showed up at his house, and he sent me a picture of the Book of Mormon and the missionaries, and he's like, "God hears your prayers." And it was so cool, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I love missionary work." And that really prepared me to serve and got me super excited to put in my papers and go. And it was really funny because the guy that I had been messaging on Facebook that I sent the referral to, he had joked many times. He's like, "Oh, you should come on a mission. You should come to Puerto Rico." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'll get to choose, And so it was super amazing when I opened my mission call and found out that I was going to be serving in Puerto Rico, because that was where he was from, where I already had an amazing missionary experience that made me so happy. So it was so cool getting my mission call to Puerto Rico. It was the first thing I thought of. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's where he's from." And it was really great to be able to go there and to have another missionary experience and to continue missionary work in Puerto Rico. So I was so excited when I opened my call. And it was Spanish, so it made me really happy.